Hmm. Welcome back. Well, look, man. Power of isolation. Right. Through isolation, I learned a lot. I've learned how to embrace my own isolation. Um, and at first, it was difficult, but um, isolation, may I say, a balance of it. And I'm gonna get more detail into it. Right. Isolation can offer introspection, self-discovery, and an opportunity for personal growth. Like I said before, it has to come with a little bit of balance. And I'm gonna just, you know, how I do, man. I'm gonna share a little bit of personal experiences and also um, kind of give you my insight on how to embrace isolation. And for anybody out there that's looking for like a reset or a recharge, I know sometimes being out a lot can drain you. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, um, this is a this is a topic that hits me uh, close to home, right? And I'm gonna get into how, but the power of isolation, learning how to embrace isolation is what I'm talking about. On this episode of Trill Pill Podcast, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the notification buttons. Make sure y'all go do everything that any other prompt tells you to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, I put a lot into this shit, and it took a lot for me to be able to talk about a lot of this shit. But that's why I do it though. That's why I consume the type of content that I consume because it's different when it means something. You know what I'm saying? It just hits different. It come from a different spot. It come from a different place. It's more genuinely felt. And I also want to say I appreciate everybody out there that's been giving me feedback, the comments, the donation to the platform, the donation to the platform, just meaning not just money, but just shares and likes and comments. Like I take all that as an investment. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty soon this is gonna be a proud to pay platform. And I'm gonna get into that real soon too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I told y'all before, it's really a marathon. So I appreciate all of you who listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, with that being said, we're gonna start the motherfucking show. I got some shit to talk about. Get in. Let's get this shit right real quick. You understand? Tune in, lock in. This is the Trill Pill Podcast. Oh.
Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Especially them niggas been riding with you, hollering body ready with that chopper. When it fucked up, it get fucked up. Cause you searching around for that op, but that trigger finger pulling in your back, acting like they don't really know who shot you. Everybody ain't your friend, man.
For shit show. All right. Um, welcome to the Trill Pill Podcast, where uh we explore unconventional perspectives on mental health, mental well-being, all that good shit right there. I'm your host, Case Need. Excuse me, put this shit down. Uh, I'm your host, Case Need, or Kai, or whatever you want to call him, Trill Pill, whatever. And today I'm going to Today we're delving into the intriguing topic of how isolation can actually be a positive force for mental health. Now, um, isolation provides a unique opportunity for introspection. When we step away from the noise of everyday life, excuse me, we create a space for self-reflection and self-discovery. Um, it also allows us to understand our own thoughts, emotions, and priorities um, without external influences, without distractions, without everything that this crazy world has to offer out there, which is a whole lot of motherfucking nothing, if you ask me. Right. So, um, one of the things that I had to use to embrace isolation was for a long time. Um, I had my loved ones around me, right? Mom, dad, I grew up with my mama and dad in the house. My brother was there too. You know, he was, of course, he 13 years apart, but in the college and coming, you know what I'm saying? So, along with my Uncle Leon and a few others, family. Right. And then I went to college, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the first time, funny story, right? I remember going to Langston University. Shout out to the Lou. Shout out to the Lou, man. And I remember my mama and my daddy dropped me off. The car ride there was fun as hell. But every time we got close, I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm really about to go to college, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really about to go to college. Nigga. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was scary. You know what I'm saying? It was scary because it's like, damn, for the first time in my life, I'm about to be on my own. You know what I'm saying? And there comes a time where I think it's good for everybody to experience that. You know, so you have to see that you can't stay in the nest forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay in the nest forever. But I'm also explaining how that nest helped me during being isolated. And I struggled like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For the first one. I remember me getting up, getting up to Langston in the Centennial, aka Sin City. Nigga, I was in Centennial Building 8, Room 824. Shout out to my roommates, man. Shout out to Fiddle, shout out to Skrilla, shout out to my boy Renald, man. Up in goddamn Sin City 824 at Langston University. Across the street from the motherfucking goats. You understand me? From the goat farm. And I can remember after like my mom and my daddy dropped me off, like we got something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I can tell this was my dad, my mom was proud. Like my dad was like, yeah, nigga, this about to get real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the last one. I'm the youngest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Um, but my mama was, you know what I'm saying, my mama's boy, so you know what I'm saying? She was like, hey, she was like, chill for a moment, burn one, burn two, and then it was time. You know what I'm saying? And it was time. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, got my shit packed, got my shit to my room and all that good shit there. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember watching them. If anybody been to Langston, you know it's two ways you can go: to Main Street and the back street. We came up the back street. So Sin City is that little back street all the way to Highway 33. And nigga, I watched them from the top. I went to the third floor of Building 8 in Sin City. And I watched them as far as I could. Never forget. I had a doobie in my right hand. Tears rolling down my face. Until I couldn't see that GMC no more. As soon as I couldn't see it no more, I was like, all right, nigga, let's go inside. You know what I'm saying? Go inside, cook the music up, I got the big posters of the big booty butt naked women. I put the posters up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I probably try to put one poster up, try to put some lights up and shit. My ceiling fan was on high. I got fucked off by the ceiling fan, hit my head. Oh, now nigga leaking. You know what I'm saying? Now nigga leaking. Nigga leaking like a motherfucker. I tried to put some shit up. Now I realized how close the ceiling fan was beside the wall. Turned around and you know what I'm saying? Just quick, like a switch went off across my shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucked me up. The leaking. He got my first aid kit out. God damn. Nigga gonna think I got my hand, you know what I'm saying? Think I got hands put on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, I got hit by the ceiling fan, came out the room. Roommate, she was laughing at me, whatever, nigga. Hand me the goddamn gauze and alcohol, nigga, shut up. So free to fight it. No, that shit was fun. That shit was funny though. But that's my, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, I was like, damn, here I am. You know what I'm saying? Isolation. And for a moment, I struggled a little bit. Like anybody would, like when you first are by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then doing my little thing and you know what I'm saying, I met this girl and you know what I'm saying, we were cool, kicking it and shit. And then so on and so forth. Out of that came a family, you know. And so for all those years, you know what I'm saying, I had a family. And it's crazy how that happened because it's like um it was kind of innate. I felt more comfortable around in a setting, you know what I'm saying, than just by myself. You feel me? Um, and then shit happens, right? Sitting at 30 years old, went through a divorce, and now back again. And it's like, okay, here we are again by ourselves. But this time it's different. This time I was equipped with shit. Of course, I dealt with a whole lot of shit, right? But my big brother, Sean, would always talk to me about um, taking time out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And during those times, he told me, he was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You done did all you could taking care of people and caring for people all that. You gotta care for yourself. You gotta learn how to embrace the shit. I used to always wonder why my brother, like growing up, you know what I'm saying, he kept to himself a whole lot. And the older I got, I understood why. You know what I'm saying? Um, the way people treat you, the way people take advantage of you sometimes, or just get tired of people sometimes. So you learn to embrace yourself. You learn to embrace the isolation, right? And that leads me to this. My second point is in this world of full, constant connectivity, um, isolation can serve as um, a respite, right? A respite, a reset, uh, taking a break from everything, social media, work pressures, and societal expectations allows you as an individual to reset and focus on your own individual needs, and it fosters a cause of sense of autonomy and reducing the stresses associated with all external pressures. The pressure is always going to be there, like pressures, problems, stress. It's always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's never going away. You just have to learn the tools necessary to handle it. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't just a master of this shit. I'm learning as I go still. I think we always are in a constant state of learning until we leave. Um, but I'm better off now than I was then. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I've been equipped with, you know what I'm saying, how to do and everything that your mama and your daddy, your brother, or whoever was around you taught you in those times where you was around them. Now it's time to apply. Knowing how to do for yourself, cook for yourself, make your money, take care of yourself, make sure you stay safe. You know what I'm saying? And at first, I hated it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at that point, I wasn't really used to being alone, but slowly I learned to embrace it and it helped me cope a whole lot better, right? And at the same time, during that, I was also it sent me to a place. I remember going like right after the divorce, got an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Nigga feeling like the worst, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Still had a whip, still had money. Got into an apartment. I ain't had no furniture at first. I was sitting in the fucking apartment with all my electronics, tablets, and shit like that. I'm saying, like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Pallet on the floor. You hear me? Pallets on the floor, nigga, sitting in this bitch. And I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I never got a chance to do it. And then I grabbed my composition book that I always wrote my shit down, and I grabbed my journal. And I was like, And in that moment, the platform that we're speaking through right now was created. The Trill Pill was created through that moment. So this leads me to my next point is creative exploration. Some of the greatest works of art, literature, and innovation have emerged from from periods of solitude. So the isolation is a breeding ground for creativity. Without any distractions, you are often, or like you often find yourself in a mental space to explore brand new ideas, hobbies, and other creative pursuits. You know, I started back painting ceramics. I started back painting. I started back writing. I started back, you know what I'm saying, plotting and dreaming and scheming. You know what I'm saying? That shit that I was doing as a kid, all those dreams and shit I had, you know what I'm saying? Just I started back putting those down on paper. And it's an amazing feat when you take something out of your mind and you make it tangible. The pleasure from you making it tangible is greater than it's a greater pleasure than sex, right? Like, don't get me wrong, sex is great, but being able to take an idea out your mind, right? A thought, being able to take a thought and turn it into something tangible, fine tuning. It ain't gonna be perfect at first, but to make it and say, damn, and then put it out there for the world to do whatever. And actually seeing people connect to it is one of the greatest things that I've ever did in my life. Out of all the accomplishments, that's one of the greatest things. So through this, um I found an importance. You know what I'm saying? I found a purpose. I used to sit in this bitch and pray. You know what I'm saying? I used to pray hard. I still pray hard. You know what I'm saying? I still dream and scheme and I pray. I was like, damn, God, like you put me, you you got me here for a reason. What is that reason? And you get sometimes like my mom used to say, "You read that Bible. She'd be like, sometimes, God, the best thing to be is to be still. Be still. Keep praying and be still. And I did that. And it came to me. And I write it down. Damn, what's my name? Damn, what's you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna be the name of this? What's gonna be the, you know what I'm saying? And there it was. I started out trying to do some trucking content, trail trucker, and then it kind of evolved to the trail pill. You know what I'm saying? And there it goes. You know what I'm saying? I would have never even thought about that if I wasn't if I wasn't in a place of solitude. You know what I'm saying? I took all that emotion, all that pain, all that anguish. Like I took all that shit and turned it into a platform. I took all that shit and turned it into something great. You feel what I'm saying? All that, like, and I found my peace. I found peace. I found um, purpose through a platform. through other people that was going through shit just like me. Once I put it out, it was like shit. I remember sharing it on my Facebook page a long time ago. And my partner was like, bro, this shit right here. My partner's the truck driver. He was like, bro, I'm listening to you on the road, nigga. He was like, bro, I done binge watched all your shit. He's like, bro, this shit is grand, my nigga. Don't stop. From that point on, I knew I couldn't stop. I knew I hit something. You know what I'm saying? I knew I said, damn, fucking with this shit. Cause you be scared, like, like when you go through a point where you creating shit. Now, my real creators know when you create music or art or whatever, it's a grind because, of course, you think it's dope, of course, but getting other people to think that your content is dope is a tough feat. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter whether it's music, whether it's podcasts, whether it's beats, whether it's art, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is, getting people to think that what you created is dope is it's tough. And it's a journey in its own. It's an experience that every creator goes through. It's the grind of it. But I fell in love with the I fell in love with with the journey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still in love with that journey. Nothing is like going through a whole day of work and whatever fuck you done been through. You know what I'm saying? Arguing with your baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Work, all this shit, stressing out, budgeting. And getting home, getting on this computer, creating this shit, making that shit look fly, putting your own sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like cooking. Like I know how to cook real good. You know what I'm saying? So when I cook, nothing like taking the ingredients, I set them all out on a goddamn counter, and they just ingredients at that point. But when I get to slicing and dicing them motherfuckers, when I get to putting them seasonings on them shits and get whipping that shit together, that shit comes and makes it a meal. So this is the meal. You feel what I'm saying? I took all that shit and put it all together. At the same time, it strengthened my emotional resilience. And facing and overcoming challenges in isolation can build emotional resilience. And it provides an opportunity to confront and process difficult emotions, fostering a deeper understanding of oneself. And this resilience can also be a valuable asset when navigating life's inevitable ups and downs. Right. So I was still going through this shit. All of, you know what I'm saying? Just all type of shit. But I knew, like, look, tell you something. My, my big brother Sean is just as much as a trill pill as I am. And I might have him on here again. You know what I'm saying? And more frequently. Um, because we had a conversation on one side like a month ago. Month. He was like, bro, you get inside your spot, you close your door, then it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Close that door, you inside your own home, your own peace. You know what I'm saying? And it's you get to cook it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hell yeah. Because you don't have no distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like you even have to put the distractions out of your mind and block them out so you can do what the fuck you want to do. And it feels better. It's fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I ever gone through shit, it helps me out to know that I have a place of peace. I have, you know what I'm saying? Um, and also um intentional periods of isolation and solitude can lead to stronger connections with others. And by understanding oneself better, individuals may also approach relationships with increased authenticity and depth, fostering more meaningful connections. Once you start to understand yourself a whole lot more, you start to understand people a whole lot more, right? You start to see you start to see everybody in a different light. Like for instance, I always said since I started doing this podcast and shit and creating content about mental health and all this shit, I started seeing everybody as a story. Everybody has a story on why they are where they are right now. I started to be more understanding. You know what I'm saying? I just started to I don't know. It's like an experience of if you ever played sports, if you were even just a little decent, you know what I'm saying? Good. I was a good ball player. You know what I'm saying? I was a good ball player. Eventually, it's gonna come to a point where the game slows down for you. When you first get into the game, you start playing and whatever, it seems fast. You know what I'm saying? Until you catch your rhythm. Once you catch your rhythm, the game slows down. And you start to see more, you start to notice more, you start to be more aware, you start to like your senses kick in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm getting it. And now I'm able to play the game within the game. And that's how I feel about this shit is life started to slow down for me, but in a good sense of starting to understand more. Like once you like when you first try to learn something, it seems like a whole lot until you start to understand it. And then you realize like, oh, okay, this shit is not as hard as I thought it was. It's just something that's new. It's new to you, it's new to your brain, it's new information. You gotta make space for the real shit you know that you're thinking about and not the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You just start to notice shit differently. The game starts to slow down. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been blessed with is it's just starting to slow down. I'm starting to get a understanding of life. You don't really fucking know. I'm 33 years old. I'm 34 in June. So everybody has a point in life, no matter how young or how old, where that shit kind of slows down and you start to understand more. But you have to go through a lot of shit to even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that people have been through, some of them didn't make it. Some people don't make it through the shit that I've been through. Some people didn't make it through the shit that you've been through. You know what I'm saying? But you still here to be able to tell a story. You have to ask yourself, well, damn, at everything I've been through, why am I here? But you're here to tell your story. You're here to tell, you're here to give your testimony. You're here to serve a purpose. That's why you're still here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we go through thoughts of trying to check out or do something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't check out. The game is too real. People depend on you. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And start to understand it, start to embrace it. You start to walk in, right? You know what I'm saying? You face the storms. Like if you ever seen bison, go YouTube and look up bison or look up like bison facing the storm. Right? Bison face the storm. You know what I'm saying? You start facing your storm. So I started going at times where I would just try to duck off my problems or try to whatever. I started handling it. You know what I'm saying? Started to handle all whatever it is God got for me, nigga, he gonna have it for me. And whatever that I gotta go through to get it, whatever I gotta step over to um get to my destination, I'm gonna get there. I'm ready for it. That's it. Ain't no turning back. You know what I'm saying? Cleats is laced up, chin strap tight, goddamn it. Visor clean, baby. We ready to go. Mouthpiece in, we ready, we talking shit. We know what the fuck we gotta do. Double team, chill block. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about life. Like it's a football game. I kind of sports shit, sports. Um, I think of the word right now, but I put it in sports terms. You know what I'm saying? I played D line, one tech, nose, three tech. You might get a little, you know what I'm saying? You gonna see some different shit, but it's always contact. Every down is contact, constant contact. You might get a one-on-one. You might, do your little, but you gotta have moves though. You can't just you gotta have moves, and the whole thing is holding up the line of scrimmage. You can't let, you know what I'm saying, you gotta win your battles. You gotta, okay, he doing a lot. Okay, boom, double team this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta learn how to fight a double team. Now you by yourself fighting on two ground. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out how the fuck I'm getting this. He double teaming. He trying to chip block. He trying to do this. It's a constant battle of just doing it, going through it, getting better, learning, self like just that being able to recharge, reset, and go back out there is a blessing. Every day we get up, we got a chance and a choice. You feel what I'm saying? And in that's pretty much how I learned how to embrace isolation. You can't run from none of this shit. The more you run, the more it's gonna chase you. You can't duck no phase. We're not ducking no phase. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not hitting, we're not doing none of that shit. Anything, any problem that come my way, we're gonna handle them right there and right then. Cause I don't like looking behind my back. I don't like having a, you know what I'm saying? No, we handle it right then, whatever it is. I know God got me. I don't have to look behind my back because I know God got me. Everywhere I walk is 4 footsteps. You feel what I'm saying? And um, you have to have a balance. So to offset um, my peers of isolation, I might go to the museum, you know what I'm saying? Go drive around a couple times. Um, go to the museum, go drive around, go find something to do, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm feeling leaving, I just get on the Xbox and you know what I'm saying, try to immerse myself in, you know what I'm saying, in that as a sense of just an escape. But everything is done in balance. You can't have too much of one. Everything is balance. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important thing when you are embracing your solitude is the balance. Because you don't want to, you still want to be tapped in with what's going on the outside, but you don't want to immerse yourself in it. You just want to stay, you know what I'm saying? You just want to stay right there in the middle. Balance. It's like scales. Everything has a balance. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's how a nigga get through all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to balance. And I feel to the point where when I feel myself getting like out of balance, I know what to do. Like, okay, shouldn't get a little bit too whatever. Let me peel back a little bit. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me duck off. You know what I'm saying? That's why this shit's called ducked off. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to Trill Family album and Ducked Off came on. I was like, ooh, I forgot about this shit. I gotta create something. So shout out to the Trill Family, shout out to Boosie Webby, you know what I'm saying? Them boys over there, because that song by itself is like, it's an introspective song. That's why I say a lot of this shit is in the music, man. Our favorite, like we hear about the bullshit, but a lot of that real shit is the B sides, because the B sides that they're able to express more. So when I heard that ducked off, I listened to that shit about 4 or 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no calls. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm ducked off right now. I'm keeping to myself. I'm trying to recharge. I'm trying to get back to what's important. You feel what I'm saying? And for real, man. And those are just some of my keys on how I deal with some of this shit out here. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to be transparent enough to where people can understand that I'm not perfect. You're never gonna be perfect. But god damn it, we're gonna keep trying. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta have that spirit of just never quitting. You know what I'm saying? This shit is an endless lesson. It's an endless lesson. Like you gotta learn. You have to stay in the mind of a student. You know what I'm saying? A great student makes a great teacher. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you gonna try to give people your advice or even teach your kids how to handle some of this shit when you think you know it all? Because you don't. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have to stay in the mind of a student. No matter how much you know, you might be an expert, but stay in the mind of a student because there's always gonna be something out there that you didn't know. So I stay in the mind of a student so I continue to be and do what the fuck I need to be and do. You know what I'm saying? It's the best way to cope with a lot of this shit that's going on. Sometimes you can even take your emotions and even take the thinking process out of it and just be right. Just exist. just embrace what's around you and what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? And observe. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, yeah. You hear me? They gotta take time out to just be. Cause sometimes this shit gets hectic out here. This shit gets um weird. It gets wicked. It's the wicked word. It's just cold out here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to just chill, just learn. You gotta just observe, find your pocket, find your purpose, and just roll with that and stay with that. Sometimes making shit simple. That's another thing. Simplifying shit made it easier for me. Sometimes, I put it like this. I'm an overthinker. So sometimes, like, I'd rather be an over than an under. But sometimes I get in the mode to where it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I think about this, trying to do that, trying to do a million things and then exhaust myself trying to do all those things. But I could have just honed in on one, you know what I'm saying, or two of them, and did those and make sure I fine tune those uh, qualities about myself. Same thing with this podcast and shit. Same thing with this creating content shit. I was trying to do everything. I was trying to have a website, trying to do this, trying to do that. I was trying to do shit that people have 100 people like squads for. I don't have no 100 people squads. I don't have no squad to run the website, do it all, do it like, you know what I'm saying? It's exhausting. I come along now, drive a truck all day, so it's exhausting. But just focusing on this, you know what I'm saying, has put me in a spot where I'm able to just do what I need to do, what I need to do, record this shit, schedule this shit, drop this shit, and go on to the next. You feel what I'm saying? And just building the catalog. This is brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get here just, you know what I'm saying? Nobody giving us idea. Everything that you see on this motherfucker, from the logo to the color, psychology of it is on purpose. It has a meaning. That pill that you see right now, with that brain in the middle of it, has a meaning. The colors have a meaning. What I'm saying has a meaning to it. Everything has a meaning to it. I just learned how to live in that meaning and just make sure everything that I do has a meaning to it. I don't know how many summers that I have left on this earth, so everything I do at this point has to have a meaning. No wasted time, no wasted uh, efforts. You know what I'm saying? As minimal as possible. So that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? So let me see.
If you're around somebody that takes away the good energy from you, you're not going to be yourself. Even if you're a good spirited person, if you allow somebody with bad energy to be around you every day, you're basically dying faster than you normally would die. I found that out when my wife left. Right. Don't mean I don't love my wife and care about her and wish her well, but I can't do that again. Mm-hmm. I would never go back to a situation where I'm in I live with somebody who I feel like isn't happy all the time or doesn't have that good energy all the time. I would never do that again.
In conclusion, while isolation may have its challenges, it's essential to recognize that the positive aspects it can bring to mental health. Embracing solitude as a tool for self discovery, creative exploration, and emotional resilience can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. You know what I'm saying? Um, so take some time out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't 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 try to force yourself, in places where people don't fuck with you. Stay to yourself. Everybody want to be outside because some people scared to be out. Some people scared to be inside. Everybody want to be outside because they just had look. Some people scared to be inside. They're scared to go and deal with them problems that they have. They're scared to get. You know what I'm saying? Some people just scared to think. You know what I'm saying? Or they're just scared to deal with them emotions. You can't be scared to deal with your emotions because you don't want to be out here on some whole different other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to process and um, you want to be able to process your thoughts. You, you want to be able to have like you want to have the tools necessary when problems come at you 100 miles per hour. What are you going to do? And you can't panic. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight or flight response. You know what I'm saying? And if you run from them problems, that shit is going to walk you down. You know what I'm saying? But if you face them up, I think you have a lot better, chance of dealing with your problems because life has a funny way of revolving around how you solve your problems. You feel what I'm saying? And that's I keep this shit like that. You feel me? So thank you for joining me on the Trill Pill podcast. Remember, um, finding the right balance is key, and it's okay to seek support when needed. So until next time, take care of your mental well-being. Embrace the power of positive isolation. Take this episode, share it to your mama, share it to your daddy, share it to your baby mama, share it to your baby daddy, share it to your kids, share it to your auntie that's fine as hell that make cornbread from scratch. You know what I'm saying? That auntie, share it to her. Let her know it's a handsome black man talking about mental health and mental well-being and doing shit like that. Show them my Instagram, show them my shit. Don't be scared, you know what I'm saying? Just spread this shit out because the more we know, the more we grow. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that they didn't equip us with growing up in these neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So we learning this shit as we go. You feel what I'm saying? As we go. So that being said, y'all know my slogans. Mind your mental to be monumental. Stay trill and heal. Most of all, stay mentally trill. Don't be a leech. Be a leader. Long live Coach Dude. Coach Dude attitude, fifth quarter to the clock run out. Man.
More separated from humanity than you'll ever been. And maybe more connected to it than you'll ever be. But just embrace that. Don't take it for granted. This is what trill feels like. So breathe and breathe deeply. Hold it. Exile. Live in this moment.